who overthink and overcomplicate everything when it comes to this fitness game, whether it be the nutrition part, the lifting part. And these guys get no results; they don't get anywhere. Whereas there's other guys out there who work hard, but they focus on the basic, the tried and tested methods to get huge, and they get aesthetic in no time. I'm going to talk about the difference here specifically. I'll talk about whether you should do slow reps or fast reps for muscle growth, right? Without further ado, let's dive into it. I remember clearly, I was sitting at home, right? So I'm sitting down on my couch, got my phone out, and I'm researching. And I'm researching things like these, right? Because I just got into fitness. I got into it due to extreme, extreme insecurities. And I'm just like, I want to get aesthetic as soon as possible, as fast as possible. So I'm going to read every single piece of information that I can about fitness to get results ASAP, right? To waste no time. So again, I'm on my couch, phone in front of me, scrolling. Oh, should I do fast reps or slow reps? Should I eat at a 400 calorie surplus or 500 calorie surplus? Should I do this program or this program? And just like overcomplicating and overthinking every little detail. That's what I was doing, right? And guess what? I've been lifting for like over 5 years now. And frankly, while I've had good results, I'm proud of the work I've done, the physique I've achieved. I believe I could have gotten results much faster if I didn't overcomplicate these things, right? So the reason I believe that is because I was, again, on my phone researching all this, but I didn't even have the basics locked down, right? And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Now, part of the issue of why fitness seems complicated is because these people online say, "Oh, I know the secret, bro, to put on muscle, bro. Oh, I did this one thing and I put on 20 pounds of muscle in 3 months." Like, don't take that thought throw out the window. We don't listen to those people. These people put a train of thought on us that doesn't serve us whatsoever. Look, whenever I run, Jesus Christ, whenever I run across one of these posts, right, which is like, I put on 20 pounds of muscle in 3 months. Back then, I was naive. I didn't understand that, at least as a natural, that's literally impossible. So whenever someone claims natural and they say they did, even on steroids, that's in fact quite difficult. But whenever someone claims natural and they say they did that on like a Reddit comment, I'm reading it. And again, I was naive back then, so I'd maybe even believe it. But now I'm like, every time one of those comments comes up, they never have a picture accompanying the comment. I wonder why. And every single time they do have a picture, it's like 15 to 18 pounds of fat and like 2 pounds of muscle, and they think they put on 20 pounds of muscle, right? So this stuff is not complicated. No one has the secret. And the point number one I'm making here is locking down the basics is what's most important. And I'm going to elaborate on this a little bit. So another thing that I remember is I was laying down on my bed, right? It's like 3 in the morning right now, right? And to be honest, I don't really have a great social life, so it's not like I was out partying or something. So I'm sitting down on my bed, right, on my phone, again, probably getting ready to like jack off or something, right? Like realistically. So do that, feel real guilty about it, throw my phone to the side, and go to bed, wake up the next morning, right? And the point I'm making, again, I've been on self improvement for a long time. So back then, I was also on NoFap. So I'd break my NoFap streak and then feel real guilty about it. But another thing I'd feel guilty and overthink about all the time was this fitness stuff. Oh, I had one cookie too much. Is that gonna destroy my gains? Or even if I had a full blown cheat day, oh my god, that's terrible. What am I doing? And I'd constantly get stuck in like these thought cycles of guilt, overthinking, and shame, right? And again, this goes back to the same point, the KISS principle. I've said it a million times on my channel. I'd say it again. I'll say it again. Keep it simple, stupid. Right? That's the KISS principle. So the whole point I've been trying to make with these stories is that realistically, you have no business even worrying about things like slow reps, fast reps, anything like this, um, if your basics suck, right? Now, part of the issue here is these people say, "Oh, I grind, bro. You messed up. That's pathetic, bro. Oh, you messed up on your diet. I would never do that, bro." Like, no, take that thought, throw it out the window. We don't listen to those people. Again, these people put a train of thought on us that doesn't serve us whatsoever. Look, one concept that I've talked about: feeling this guilt all the time, feeling this shame all the time. This kind of feeds into that overthinking cycle. Let that go. It's not going to serve you whatsoever. That stuff hindered my progress way more than it helped me, right? You're only human. You will mess up time and time and time and time and time again, right? I've messed up time and time and time and time again. Yet I've still reached my goal. And the second point I'm making is look at the lifestyle I was living, right? Staying up till 3 a.m., right? Like that alone is an issue, right? That alone shows I don't have the basics down. You should be sleeping 8 hours. You should have a relatively consistent sleep schedule. That's going to make a major difference in terms of both muscle gain and fat loss. And then there were questionable things I was doing on the diet side and the workout side as well, right? So the main point to filter all that down is if you're not progressively overloading, right? You're not progressively overloading. You're not sleeping 8 hours a night consistently, right? And you don't have your diet locked down to where you're bulking or cutting accordingly. Your calories are on point. Your macros are on point. You're gaining or losing weight as you'd like to, as you'd expect to. If these basics are not knocked down, you have no business worrying about fast, slow reps, anything like this. Just throw all that out the window. It's going to overcomplicate things. All these basics I talked about, these are going to account for like 90% of the results. And realistically, I would say fast versus slow reps. Who cares? Who cares, right? Look, you and I, we're here to build a sexy aesthetic physique. That's it. We're not trying to be the next Mr. Olympia where we need to put on like every pound of muscle or something like this. And if you follow the basics over a long enough period of time, you will get to your goal. And you'll get to your goal with way less overthinking because you're going to be keeping it simple, just following the basics day in, day out, day in, day out. And you get to your goal in no time, right? So again, long and short of the video, A, if you don't have the basics down, you have no business worrying about these things. And B, if you have the basics down, even if you have the basics down, again, this is just going to be stuff to overthink about and overcomplicate. Like, again, we're not trying to be the next Mr. Olympia, right? Just have the basics down, do that over a long enough period of time, and let the rest go. You'll get to your goal physique in no time. And I just want to end this video off by saying, hey, be kind to yourself throughout this process. This is not an easy journey whatsoever, right? Again, my background, I got into this fitness game because I was so deeply, deeply insecure, right? And I just wanted to improve my dating life. I had a non-existent dating life all throughout elementary school, high school, college, right? And I was on like every single dating app. Oh, did I get a match? Did I get a message? Like, there's nothing there, bro. It's a wasteland, right? I got zero attention, and this is what led me to go on to this fitness journey. I thought, oh, if I get with good-looking girls, then I'll be cool, right? So I was coming from a place of deep, deep insecurity. I hated everything about my face, about my physique, and even I had insecurities running as deep in my skin color, right? So my insecurities ran very, very, very deep. And even right now, like, look, I've come a long way, but I still struggle with the insecurities, right? I'm just in a much, much better place than I was before, right? Like, I just got a haircut. You know what? I'll show you, in fact. And I hate every bit of it. This is why I'm wearing a hat right now, actually, right? So I understand, long and short of, I understand what it's like to be in that position of struggling greatly with insecurities and then getting onto this fitness game, because when you're in that very painful place and you just want to get out of it as soon as possible, as fast as possible. So you're researching all these things and trying to just understand, how can I make this happen as soon as possible, right? That's all you care about. And I understand completely what it's like to be in that position. I understand completely what it's like to, again, feel deeply insecure and kind of reach out to fitness as an avenue to help you get out of it, right? My thinking back then, oh, if I just have abs, then like all the girls will like me, and then I'll be aesthetic, and then I'll be able to climb out of this insecure place, right? So again, I understand completely what it's like, but one thing I can tell you, every single time I've tried to like fast track my progress by worrying about, oh, slow reps versus fast reps or anything like this, it's almost always made my progress slower rather than faster, right? Because it overcomplicates things, and it just generally lowers my quality of life. But also, overcomplicating things has never served me in a way of actually expediting my results. What has gotten me results is, again, sleeping 8 hours a night, making sure I'm progressively overloading, making sure I'm eating what I'm supposed to be eating, right? That's what's gotten me my results. And again, I really want to hammer this point home. I completely understand what it's like to be in that position. Be kind to yourself. Be proud of yourself every single day for showing up. I was like, man, I was so brutal on myself when I was going on this journey. Like, I'd miss a PR. I'd be like, oh, I'm going to say nice words here. I said not so nice words to myself. I'd be like, oh, you effing this, you effing that. You can't even do this. Can't even hit a PR. That's pathetic. And like, my negative self-talk was really bad, right? I want to help you avoid that. So don't go get into those negative thought cycles. Don't feel guilty, because let me promise you, You will mess up. And like, it's totally fine, right? You can mess up. You can mess up 101 times. Everyone does whenever they're trying to accomplish something difficult. Mess up, get back on your feet, keep on following the basics. Again, you'll get to your results in no time. I believe in you, but what I believe doesn't matter. What you believe matters. So I hope you believe in yourself too. Now, I just want you to imagine for a second. Imagine you take this advice, you run with it, and now your dating results are going up day by day by day. You go out in person, right? And you can see like people checking you out, right? All your dating apps and matches are all blowing up on there, right? Because you look phenomenal. You look aesthetic. But most importantly, your self-confidence and self-esteem in yourself is going up day by day by day. Like, you look in the mirror now, you're like, damn, I look good, you know. And me, I was like a skinny, frail, weak-looking kid when I started. So if you're in a similar position now, you're looking in the mirror like, damn, I'm looking jacked, you know. And you feel great about yourself. Imagine that. That's the path you're on. Hey, keep working hard. I believe in you, but what I believe doesn't matter. What you believe matters. So I hope you believe in yourself too. And that's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Ultimately, I want this to be our positive little community where we help each other, support each other, and help each other get to the next level in life. So please come join the community. I'll leave my Instagram, TikTok in the description, also somewhere here. Please do support there as well. Please do like, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Peace.